Bulls fans, welcome into the Around the Horns podcast. It's your boy Tristan, your main man Mario, and off season be gone. Mario, a Tuesday finally, Tuesday Brues Day, mind you, where you and I are reunited talking Pueblo Bulls hockey for the 7th year in a row. Dude, how good does it feel to be back?
It's always good to be with you, with my favorite head coach, and at our new home, Brues Alehouse. How great is this setup?
Yeah, we got a little sneak peek last week as we welcomed in season ticket holders, sponsors, billet parents, and we packed this place here at our new home of the Around the Horns network here at Brues Alehouse, downtown Pueblo. But more importantly, Mario, we announced our most exciting news of the offseason, the seventh man, which we will talk about in just a little bit. But right now, what do you say we talk hockey? And what do you say we do it with the most important hockey mind in Pueblo, Colorado? Bulls fans, can we get a little love for our head coach, Chris Wilhite? Chris, welcome back, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, fellas. How are we doing?
Really good. What an off-season it has been. Mario and I had a really tough couple of weeks there. It's always like a bad breakup when you're sad about it, but you realize there are brighter days ahead because you just had to wait 3 long months and we're back talking Pueblo Bulls hockey. But you lived it and breathed it every second of every day in the off-season. Coach, how'd you deal with your free time?
What free time? It was definitely a long summer, just in the new roles. It never really stopped from last season. It just kind of kept rolling into the summer, and here we are. It was a lot of hard work, but shout out to Marty, shout out to our staff, and we did work really hard. It was long days. It was a lot of film that we watched throughout the summer, but it was definitely worth it with the guys that we have in to start the season, and I'm very excited for what we brought to Pueblo and the games that we're about to play.
Well, let's talk about that. We've had some preseason hockey here in Pueblo. We've had our first road trip for the regular season. You guys have brought in what you guys have been touting to us anyway as one of the deepest teams in quite some time. Tell us a little bit about what to expect in year 7 of Pueblo Bulls hockey.
Yeah, we're bigger, we're faster. We're a lot deeper. You're not just going to rely on a couple guys to do the job. You're going to rely on every line, and that's a scary thing about our team right now is I think at any point of the game, any line that's on the ice, they have an opportunity to pot a goal. So that's what I'm excited about. You see our defensemen, even in the exhibition games, but they can shoot. They can shoot from long distance, and one of the guys that you'll be speaking to tonight, he knows how to score from the blue line. He's an exciting player to watch, and for our defensemen, that was one thing that we wanted to really touch on is I think last year you kind of relied on 1 or 2 defensemen that can kind of chip in. Everybody was more on the defensive side, and I think overall 200-foot game, I think all of our defensemen can play that type of game, and they can skate, they can pass, they can shoot. They're big, they're mean, they're a little bullyish, and I love every second of it. So I'm excited about this team. We're up front, we're fast. We have a couple guys that are bigger, but I think our average height this year is 6 foot, 6'1". So I'm excited. We're going to play big, we're going to play fast, but I'm really excited about the depth that our team has this year.
One thing you've got to be excited about, and unless you were here last week or a couple of weeks ago watching preseason hockey, you may not have known many names on the ice as a Pueblo Bulls fan, but there are a couple of names that people should be used to hearing and a couple of guys that are bringing it back for a 3rd season. This is really kind of unprecedented territory for junior hockey. You've made it known that your primary goal, get these guys to the next level and a chance to play somewhere else. But how good does it feel as a head coach of a program to have a guy who could have left maybe 2 years ago even, come back last year, be named the captain, and then come back again this year and say, hey, I'm not doing it alone. Now a couple of us are going to run it back for a 3rd time. How cool does that feel to know that's the culture you've created here?
Yeah, it's exciting. Like, you always want these guys to move on. They have opportunities to do it, but at the end of the day, they want to come back home and be a Pueblo Bull. And for guys that, I mean, it's not just one guy, right? So for a handful of guys that want to come back here for their 2nd and 3rd year, it shows a lot about our organization. But it's not just that, right? It's the billet families, it's the sponsors, it's the fans. Every team can put a junior hockey team together. Every city can do it, right? There's not many cities that can do it like we do, and I'm very excited that these guys see that. They see that we have an opportunity to win this thing this year, and but the big thing is they're returning back to their same billet families. They're returning back to the same community, right? And so I'm excited that, one, they found a home here, and two, that the city and everybody involved can show their support to these guys to make it really feel like a home that they want to come back and play for the Bulls.
Well, you nailed it. I mean, to me, as we look back over 7 years of Pueblo Bulls history, how many of these guys continue to move on, but they come back here for Christmas or they come back for Thanksgiving? Their families, their people still reside here in Pueblo. That's got to feel good. But also, shifting gears slightly, speaking of a new home, what do you think about this here at Brues Alehouse? I mean, this is an organization, this is a business that's opened their arms to us and really wants this to be part of that home feeling, and it's pretty exciting right now, right?
Yeah, this is big time. To be able to be on the stage with the backdrop that we have, it's just exciting. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of people that show up, and to be able to be in a place like this, a business that, one, it just keeps on going, and two, that will allow us to have our own beer with the bullpen lager. It's a pretty cool experience. It makes it feel like the things that you've been doing over 7 years, it's paying off. So that's pretty cool to see, and we're always thankful to Brues Alehouse for the support that they give us, and appreciate it to them that they allow us to call this our new home.
Yeah, not only our new home, but I got to point out, with the bullpen lager, when you guys come here to Brues Alehouse on Tuesday nights, on Bruise days, any event that we have here, when you buy that bullpen lager, they're giving $2.50 back to the club to show support and just how much they care about making sure Bulls hockey is the best product in the sporting world of Pueblo.
Coach, you talked about how good it feels to build that over 7 years in the community. The vibe around the Bulls is as high as it's ever been. But I also want to ask you one final hard-hitting question before you get out of here. What you build in the community is important. What you build on the ice, I'm sure, matters a little bit more to you as the competitive guy that you are. Last year, you watched another team in the Mountain Division lift the Deneen Cup, and a team that you were this close to taking out of the playoffs. What is that chip size on your shoulder this year, and how excited are you to prove that the Pueblo Bulls have what it takes to take home the cup?
Yeah, we're on a mission this year. It's pretty black and white to all of our guys that every time you touch the ice, you're getting 1% better, and the goal is at the end of the day is you're a winner. And so for us, we definitely, I mean, you can ask the returners that come back too as well. It's we're not happy about it. We're still not over it. I understand at some point you got to move on, but that's future Chris to move on for, and I'm not there yet. So it's definitely a chip on the shoulder. It definitely means business every time we play, and it's definitely game by game on whoever you're playing in our division. It's going to be a tough game. You saw it over our this last weekend. We were off, but you watched the games across the division. Grand Junction beat Idaho Falls. Rock Springs took Ogden to Casper took Ogden to overtime. So every single night, you've got to be able to show up and be ready to go, or they're just going to come ready, right? And every time you see it, every time a team comes into our building, they want to beat us. It's the hardest building to play in for a reason. It's definitely the loudest, and we're on a mission this year to get the job done, but you got to start with game one and game two, and I think this first game with our first homestand, I think it's going to be an awesome one, and we're definitely going to come out with a little bit of chip on the shoulder, that's for sure.
A potato chip, if you will. Chris, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck. Can't wait to see you out there this weekend. Thanks again for coming by. Bulls fans, a little love for our head coach in period one, Chris Wilhite. Mario, I've had so much fun with you in period one. What do you say we do it again in 10 seconds?
Let's go.
Period two coming at you on the official place for all things Pueblo Bulls hockey, the Around the Horns podcast. Bulls Bulls fans, welcome back to the Around the Horns podcast, period 2 time. And we are, I'm not saying it this year, Mario. We're not bringing in the newest Bull because everyone's new. You're used to the same old song and dance. So how about we introduce you to your new favorite Pueblo Bulls fans? Can we get some love for a newcomer, Parker Chop? Parker, what's up, man? How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tristan?
I'm good, thanks. Wow, you remembered my name. You've met 1,000 people here at Brues tonight, and of all of them, you remembered me. We will always have a special bond. Parker, welcome to Pueblo. Big opening weekend coming up in just a couple of days here. You've had a chance. You've had some exhibition time, plenty of time skating around in your bye week here. How's the vibe right now over at the PIA and Event Center?
It's been good. I thought the exhibition games were pretty rowdy, but I've been talking to the vets a little bit, and they said it gets even rowdier, so excited to see that first games.
So that route to Pueblo is never a straight line for anybody. The closest we get is on the team this year, and a guy that I'm sure we'll talk to later this season in Mason, who just grew up down the road. But you grew up way out in Chicago. What has that winding road been like, taking you all the way from Illinois to Pueblo, Colorado?
It was definitely a trip out here, about a 4-hour plane ride, so it's definitely a lot different out here. You got a bunch of flatland Illinois, a bunch of farms, and a bunch of mountains here, right next to the billet houses especially, so.
So talk about that hockey journey. Growing up, obviously, Chicago, hotbed for hockey. You got a team out there that's no good, but some people like them, and maybe you're a Hawks fan. But I'm sure we can convince you that Colorado Avalanche hockey is better than the Chicago Blackhawks, but work in progress, Parker. Talk about your hockey journey. What does junior hockey look like for you? What was hockey like growing up from Pee-wees all the way to where you are now?
So this is my first year of junior hockey. So I'm coming from 18 AAA, and I've been at Team Illinois pretty much my whole life. So it's been kind of a straight shot here, but excited to get started.
Now, I heard a rumor that you are somehow connected in a way to a former Bulls alumni, Mr. Eddie Polician. Tell us about that, and did he give you any... Did you talk to him before he came to Pueblo? Did he give you any tips? Is there any, are you guys tighter now that you guys have this part of this Pueblo Bulls fraternity? What's that like?
So he gave me a bunch of tips, but the main one was just work hard and try to grind it out. And so we grew up in the same town. We still work out together, and he's a great guy, and it's great to be around him.
We definitely miss Eddie P. He was a stud on and off the ice. Super awesome guy. But let's talk about that hometown. We were talking a little bit before you arrived. We started digging into
Shermerville.
No, it is no longer Shermer. They have since changed it. But Mr. Hughes, the movie director, do you know about...
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is such a deep cut for an 05. Mario,
it's not a deep cut.
Off
Ferris
the rails.
Have you seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
I've tried to watch it, but I fall asleep during it.
What is wrong with our future generation?
I'll reel it in, Mario. I will ask you, Parker. You've obviously had a chance to be around the team. Have you met our live mascot, Pueblo?
I have not.
Okay, he's a giant bull. When he started 7 years ago, he was like this big. Now he's like this big. If you had to place a moulette bet on where Pueblo's going to dump it on the ice this year, where are you placing your bets?
I would go center ice.
Pueblo dropping one center ice is a crazy moulette bet, but it might work.
I would say, and I tell people all the time, when Pueblo, we used to bring him out onto the ice. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a cow try to navigate ice safely?
No, but I'm sure it's funny to watch.
Yeah, it's like a Scooby-Doo car. You know when Scooby-Doo's legs start spinning out when he's going to take off? It's like that. It's like that. So I think it would be a small miracle if we got him out on center ice, but let's go with it. Let's just go with it. Let's see what we can do.
Let's make it work. Parker, I'm going to ask you a little bit more about your game on the ice now. Obviously, the coaches love what they've seen in you, and this is no joke. We're not pumping your tires here. We asked for the coaches to send us some of their best players week one. We said we're going to start the season hot, give the Bulls fans a couple of players to watch this weekend, and lo and behold, here you are. The first show of the season, you had to have made some sort of impression. What is it that you bring to the ice that makes you so special?
Well, I think I'm just big, I'm mean, like Chris said. I play a 200-foot game, and I try to play as simple as possible.
He says he's mean, but so far he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, you've been great.
Come
to
on.
us. But it's also one of those things, Mario picks his enemies early on in the season. And so are you a guy that Mario's got to steer clear of as we get a little bit later in the year?
No, I'm a pretty nice guy off the ice.
We'll
There
take
you go.
it.
I love it. I love it. So now let's talk about a little bit about your teammates, right? So now you've had an opportunity you've gone to camp, you've gone exhibition, you've gone regular season games. What about this team feels special to you? What makes this Pueblo Bulls roster different from any other team and gives you hope to lift the cup at the end of the season?
I think this team's a family. I think we're definitely team-driven, and this is the first team I've ever been on where there's no cancers in the locker room. Like, everyone's pretty nice to each other, and everyone keeps each other going.
We talked to Coach about it just a couple of minutes ago, but obviously it means the world to this entire locker room. To have a guy like Clarkie back for his third season in Pueblo, his second as captain. If it wasn't Clarkie, if it's somebody else on this year's team, who's kind of brought you in early on, showed you the ropes a little bit, made you feel a little bit more at home here in Pueblo?
I think Clarkie is the number one, but I'm going to have to go Jimmy Zeisel because I'm his rookie, and he's kind of just showed me the ropes a little bit.
Wow, Jay-Z, big ups to you, man. Parker, I'm going to give you a chance now. Look at the Bulls fans watching at home. This is going to play Friday and Saturday night, too. So you got a little chance here to pump the crowd up. What do you have to say to the 1,100 screaming Bulls faithful out there ready to see your debut this weekend?
Better come out loud Friday and Saturday.
Simple, to the point, and they will not disappoint you, my friend. I think the Bulls faithful have been missing hockey as much as Tristan and I have, as much as you have being off the ice in the off season, being back. I think people are ready to really get noisy, get belligerent, and basically scare off any opposition that shows up to Pueblo, Colorado.
Here's our small little sample size of it. For the people here, Tuesday night, Bulls fans, can we get some love for our Period 2 guest, Parker Chop?
Look at that. They love you already.
Period 2 down, Period 3 on its way on the official place for all things Pueblo Bulls hockey, the Around the Horns podcast. Bulls fans, welcome back to the Around the Horns podcast, Period 3 time. And as we wind down our inaugural show of the season, Mario, it has been action-packed. We have had a new home announced to all of the Bulls faithful. We got to talk to the head coach. We talked to a newcomer, and we talked to our inaugural seventh man. Stay tuned for more on that later. But now we bring out the big guns. Period 3 has always been the brightest, biggest show of them all. So for our final first-time guest of the season, Bulls fans, can we make some love for Jimmy Monks?
Not a single word in there cheering for him already. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good repertoire. Now follow it up. Jimmy, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And I'm even more excited to have you here on the pod because Mario and I get to do this every single week, but it's always a little more special at the beginning of the season. We get to meet some new guys. We met you last week at the season kickoff here at Brues. What has this first couple of weeks of the season been like for you? How are you acclimating to Pueblo?
I'm acclimating nice. The first couple of weeks have been tough, for sure. I think one practice we went down and back 22 times. But that's on us. We had to crisp up our passes. But, yeah, it's been great getting to know the guys and getting to know Pueblo.
Now, Mario mentioned it earlier. We've been doing some digging on where you're coming from, and Wyandotte, Michigan, your hometown. Really similar to Pueblo in a couple of different ways. An old steel town. Now you've revitalized. You got a cool little downtown. Now you're hanging out in our cool little downtown. You feeling at home here in Pueblo?
Yeah, it's actually very similar. We got a couple of places exactly like this.
But not a river walk, right?
We do actually. We do have a
What?
river walk. Yeah, Detroit River. Yeah.
Show me the pictures real quick.
Dude, what are you doing?
Oh, I just want to see if ours is better. It is. I know. Now, I also heard you're the biggest Eminem fan because you guys grew up next door to each other, right?
I don't know about next door. Pretty close though. Pretty close.
So can you freestyle for us a little Eminem?
You better lose yourself in the
That's just his words. I think we're going to get copyright infringement if you say any more, Jimmy. Thanks, but stick to hockey, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
So one of the questions I asked your teammate Parker earlier was, for you coming into this, you've played hockey for a while. Coming into Pueblo and seeing this team and this staff that you're with and just what we do here in Pueblo, it's a little different than what everyone else does, right? Mm-hmm. What stands out as being special to you? Why is this? What gives you the confidence that you're going to be successful this season as a team?
I played juniors 2 years previous with this, and this is the first time I've been on a team where it feels like, well, what I say is you probably wouldn't want to bag with Pueblo. It's terrible, because everyone's going hard. It's the first time that I feel like everyone's buying in this quickly, too. You don't have to weed anyone out that's being a cancer, so it's pretty nice.
Now, early on, obviously, it's tough to tell. You've had one game that counted, and you had to drive all the way out to Casper to play it, just to drive right back. You've had a week off. It's really important early in the season that team learns to meld, to mesh, but you're also spending a lot of time with guys getting under your skin in practice, doing this and that. What has the vibe been like? Have there been guys that you've kind of meshed well with easy early on in the season, and what's kind of the overall vibe in the locker room?
Yeah, I've meshed well with a lot of the guys, but every practice we're all going pretty hard, so it might get a little chippy. Monday we had a kind of a battle practice, so that was definitely, everyone was going pretty hard. So, I mean, there's no hard feelings, which is probably the best thing about our team. No one holds anything against each other, so it's always pretty competitive and always pretty fun on the ice.
Now, we asked Parker, I'm going to ask you the same exact question. What is it that you bring to the Pueblo Bulls in what I think the fans are most excited about in 7 years of hockey, knowing that this team has the real chance? What is it that you bring to the 25-26 squad that makes you stand out, and what can the Bulls fans expect from you on the ice?
I think I can score goals. I think I can, if I'm not scoring, I can make a lot of plays. I can create offense. Other than that, on the defensive side of the puck, I like to pride myself at being good in the D zone too. So, I mean, I'm an all-around hard worker, I like to think.
You're skating with a lot of guys in practice, and lines aren't necessarily set, and we're not trying to blow any game plans here before the weekend, but obviously there's been some connection for you. As a goal scorer, there's got to be guys that go tape to tape that you love seeing across the ice from you, setting you up. Who are you kind of vibing with well on the ice right now?
Man, I don't want to give him another shout-out, but Jimmy's Isel probably.
Jimmy to Jimmy action on
I
this
didn't know
one.
we were going to be at a Krispy Kreme with all the glazing tonight. Jesus Christ. I guess from Jimmy to Jimmy, it's just like a connection you've got, kind of like Mario and I's Jimmy to Jimmy connection, which oftentimes gets us canceled on the Around the Horns network. But in year 7, we'll give it one more try. I'm going to ask you one final thing about the play on the ice, and that is this weekend. Obviously, you've had a chance to chat with some fans. You got a taste of it in preseason exhibition games, but truly nothing like 1,100 of the rowdiest fans. One of them, you just saw, occupies the most crazy section in the PIA.
He's a sweetheart, though. Let's put it out there. He's a sweetheart of a man, but when the puck drops, all bets are off.
How pumped are you to play in front of the best fans in junior hockey?
Oh, I'm extremely pumped. The exhibition, honestly, I thought it was pretty loud, but I've heard from everybody that that was nothing. So I'm pretty excited.
That was just a sample. Like we gave it to you nice and easy, light. Like let's ease back into hockey season, but it's about to go off. So now, before we finish up here, Jimmy, this past weekend we did the Pueblo Bulls golf tournament. You see a lot of fans. What kind of feedback with those participants in the golf tournament? What they have? Anybody say anything to you that kind of resonate with you or you were appreciative of? Because there was a lot of smoke blowing. They're like, "Oh, you guys are the best." Da, da, da. They don't even know yet, dude.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. No.
They don't know.
Well,
They're in for a treat this weekend,
I'm going to
I
give you
think.
the chance to let them know right now. You've got Bulls fans watching at home around the globe. You've got 1,100 fans at the ice arena. What do you have to say to them opening weekend? Get them pumped.
I'd say just get ready for the fellas to tuck their chins and throw both ways. That's all I got to say.
Bulls fans, one time for our Period 3 guest, Jimmy Monks.
Not monk-like at all.
No, there's no Shaolin there. Bulls fans, it is now official. Mark your calendar every Tuesday night. When there's a Pueblo Bulls home game, you can find us here Tuesday, 6 o'clock, hanging out. Make your plans. Tuesday, Brues Day. Show up for a bullpen lager, get the best doggone food in town, and hang out with your boy and your main man while you meet your favorite hockey players. This weekend, though, very special event at Brues.
Yeah, and keep in mind, too, like, we're matching, guys. Like, look at this drip. But yeah, this weekend, Saturday, 5 o'clock, you do not want to miss the very first, the inaugural Bulls on Parade. We're going to come, we're going to get loaded up with food and beverage, and we're going to march our happy little keisters over and set the tone for what promises to be the greatest opening weekend in Bulls hockey history.
Year 7 could not do any of it without the 7th man made possible by Siete and our new home here at Brues. But all season, we're getting bigger, better, and badder for you Bulls fans on the official place for all things Pueblo Bulls hockey, the Around the Horns Network.